Let's go back into the courtroom now. A new witness on the stand, Detective Peter Dwyer with the Sandy Springs Police Department.
Right hand, please. You do solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give the court on your issue now pending shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Thank you. Please be seated. And once you are seated, if you would please state and spell your true and correct legal name for the record.
Detective Peter Dwyer, P-E-T-E-R-D-W-Y-E-R.
Great. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Detective Dwyer, how are you employed?
I currently work for the Sandy Springs Police Department.
How many years have you been with Sandy Springs Police?
I started in 2016, so just under 10.
And what is your role with Sandy Springs Police?
I currently am assigned to the Criminal Investigation Division.
As a detective?
Yeah, correct.
All right. How many years total have you been in law enforcement?
Going to be just under 13 years. I started with the Fulton County Sheriff's Office.
Wonderful. And you're post-certified?
I am.
Excellent. I want to draw your attention to November 19th of 2021. Were you with Sandy Springs Police Department at that time?
I was.
And did you have an occasion to get called out to 90 Cameron Glen Drive in Atlanta?
It's a Sandy Springs address,
yes.
But yes, I was made aware of an incident that occurred there.
Okay, and at that time, when you were made aware of that incident, were you in some sort of training?
I was in a training class up in Roswell.
Okay. Did they ask you to respond to the scene?
That's correct. My supervisor requested me and another detective leave training and respond to the scene due to the nature of the incident.
Once you responded to the scene, where was your attention drawn, or what did you start to do?
I was first responded to headquarters, where we received the assignment to go see if we could locate the suspect's vehicle. We were made aware one of our officers had been injured in an incident, and they believe the suspect's vehicle would be parked nearby.
And were you given information as to the make and model of that vehicle?
Yes.
Okay, and do you recall what type of vehicle it was?
I don't recall off the top of my head.
That's okay. Where did you start your search for the vehicle?
I believe I started somewhere in the neighborhood of where the incident occurred, and I kind of worked my way out.
Okay, and why is it that, I guess, explain for the court what type of investigation you held in trying to determine where this car was located?
Sure. At that time, I was assigned to the street crimes unit, where we track patterned criminal activity. And we had a rash of burglaries at that time. We were also working. And so I believed more than likely those burglars were parking in streets nearby and then crossing through woods to get to homes.
Okay. So did you think that the incident you were responding to was potentially related to this other string of burglaries that you were working?
Initially, yes.
Okay. Obviously, in the end, did it have any relationship whatsoever?
None whatsoever.
Okay. Nonetheless, because you were working this other string of burglaries, where did you conduct your search?
So I ended up conducting my search along New Northside Drive, just off Interstate 285. The woods in that neighborhood backed up to that area, and they were pretty decent-sized woods, but I believed it was possible that the suspect could have gone through the woods to get to those homes.
Okay.
I apologize.
And is that kind of what you had seen with those other string of burglaries, is walking through woods to a different location to where they would park their vehicles?
Correct.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State 675 and previously shown to defense counsel. Have you seen this map previously?
I have.
And did you recognize the map?
I do.
How is it that you recognize the map?
This is the western edge of the city of Sandy Springs.
And does it include both the location which you found the vehicle as well as the incident location?
It includes both.
Is it a fair and accurate representation of that area and those two addresses?
It is.
This time, state moves to tender State's Exhibit 675 into evidence.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, state 675 is admitted.
And may I publish?
Yes.
And that little screen in front of you should be showing the same image here. So what is this highway that we see kind of in the center of the picture?
It's labeled a perimeter, but that's Interstate 285.
Okay. And then you mentioned New Northside Drive. What was the exact address of where you ended up locating the suspect vehicle?
It would have been right next to 5665 New Northside Drive. There's a small cul-de-sac. I don't know if you can see it. Sorry. It would have been right next to 5665 New Northside Drive. There is a small cul-de-sac in that area where it starts where the woods begin, and the vehicle was located along that area.
And how close is this 5665 New Northside Drive to the 285?
It's right off of the interstate, less than a quarter mile.
Okay. Now, if you were to be on foot, are you able to walk more directly from 5665 New Northside Drive to 90 Cameron Glen Drive?
Yes, if you cross through the woods.
Now, we also see that there's this little body of water here. Is that something that you can just kind of hop over?
I believe it's a creek. I don't remember the size of the creek, though.
Now, when you found this vehicle let me back up. Did the vehicle that you found, did it match the vehicle that you were looking for?
Yes.
Was it the same make, model, and license plate number?
Yes.
All right. Were you able to determine whether whether the vehicle was able to be operated?
No, looked like it appeared to have been abandoned or left there at that point.
And so what did you do?
I requested our tow truck company, which is ATOW, and I just kept a watch over the vehicle until the tow truck company responded.
Did you enter the vehicle in any way before it was towed?
No.
Once the tow truck arrived on scene, were they able to attach the vehicle to the tow truck?
I believe so, yes.
And where was the car towed?
It was towed to police headquarters.
Did you follow the tow truck?
I did.
Once the vehicle was then at police headquarters, was it kind of turned over to a different detective for getting a search warrant and searching the vehicle?
That is correct.
From there, after you followed the tow truck to police headquarters, where did you go?
I responded back to police headquarters, obviously, with the vehicle, and then I was requested to go to North Fulton to sit with the accused.
And when you say North Fulton, is that a hospital facility?
Yeah. North Fulton is a hospital up in the city of Roswell.
So at that point in time, was Mr. Lanz already at the North Fulton Hospital?
That is correct.
Now, when you're at a hospital, are you even able to get any information as to what drugs someone may be prescribed or given during their stay?
No, they don't typically give that information out.
Nonetheless, did you stay at the hospital until he was released?
I did.
Was he released that same day?
He was.
From there, were you part of the transport team that was responsible for Mr. Lanz?
I was.
All right. From the hospital, where did you transport him?
He was transported to Sandy Springs Police Headquarters.
Was that for purposes of an interview?
For interview, and then so we could pick up paperwork to transport to jail.
And then once you were at headquarters, did you stand by at headquarters?
I did.
Were you intimately aware of or watching all of his interviews?
Not that I recall.
Okay. Nonetheless, were you asked to just stay there until all of the police interviews were done so that your team could have him transported to the jail?
Yes, we stood by until we were requested to finish the transport to Fulton County Jail.
And who else were you with that day?
Detective Donaldson.
And is that Donelson?
Donelson, that's correct.
So after he was through at headquarters, were you and Donaldson responsible for getting him safely from headquarters to the jail?
That is correct.
And that jail, was that in Fulton County?
That is Fulton County Jail, correct.
Did you put him into the patrol car?
Yes.
Whose patrol car was he inside of?
He was transported in Detective Donaldson's patrol vehicle. In Detective Donaldson's patrol vehicle?
And was that patrol car equipped with audio and video?
It was.
All right, is that the patrol car video that you've seen previously?
It is.
And prior to testifying, did you review the entirety of that patrol car video?
I did.
All right, and are you actually at least heard getting him into that vehicle?
Correct.
All right, and are you also then at the Fulton jail and assist in getting him out of the vehicle?
Correct.
And the timestamps of that transport, was that all accurate to encompass the entirety of the transport from when you put him into the vehicle until he was taken out of Donaldson's vehicle?
Yes.
Right. And is that all a fair and accurate recording of his time inside Donaldson's vehicle?
Yes.
At this time, statement tender states 469 into evidence, which is the in-car video from Detective Donaldson's vehicle depicting Mr. Lanz.
Any objection? States 469 is admitted. Yes.
Okay, it takes a little time to get that video up and running to play for the judge, Alexis Rosenberg, along with us. This case is, it's hard to really see where it's going from a defense standpoint. What is your take, and if you put yourself next to that defendant in this scenario, what is the goal here, do you think, from the defense?
This is such a great question. I mean, the goal would be to get him ultimately acquitted, but do we think that's going to happen? No. I mean, based on this opening and the cross of the detective, I'm not seeing much of a defense.
And it's not, you know, it wasn't brought up as, well, we're going to argue that he was insane at the time and that he should be found not guilty by reason of insanity. That's not what's going on here. He was deemed competent to stay on trial after being evaluated by multiple doctors. So I guess it's slow plea. You're just hoping the judge doesn't give him the life without?
I mean, as he's sitting, I agree. As he's sitting there, I mean, it really does. I'm asking, was he really competent to stand trial? Because part of that is that you have to be able to assist in your defense. I mean, what we're witnessing here, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, he's not assisting anything. He's just literally sitting there, absorbing and listening. Alexis, thank you. We'll get a break, and then we'll see the video of the defendant being transported. Stay with us. Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Ted Rowlands. Good to be with you on this Wednesday. We're in Georgia this afternoon for the murder trial for Matthew Lanz. Childhood sweethearts Justin and Amber Hicks were found dead from multiple gunshot wounds in their brand new house that they had purchased in November of 2021. Prosecutors say Lanz, whose parents lived behind the Hicks house, broke in and killed the couple in a seemingly random act. Lanz allegedly then fled the scene to continue breaking into other homes along the way, where he eventually stabbed an officer before he was apprehended. Before we go back into court, let's get you caught up completely on this case, because there's other details involving his brother, the defendant's brother, that you should know about. Let's turn to Court TV anchor Judge Ashley Wilcott.
We've tried calling multiple times now. My brother's phone rings a few times if we're going to voicemail. My sister-in-law's phone immediately goes to voicemail.
On November the 18th, 2021, a family's worst nightmare came true.
Prosecutors say just 2 months after Georgia firefighter Justin Hicks and his wife Amber bought their dream home, they were shot to death inside it. Officers found their 2-year-old son alone upstairs, his pajamas stained with blood.
Justin and Amber got Jacob ready for bed, got him fed, cleaned up the house, and put him down for the night. But what the Hicks didn't know is that on this night, there was someone lurking on the outside of their home.
Police say that the person was 22-year-old Matthew Scott Lanz, seen here on surveillance circling the Hickses' home in suburban Ackworth, Georgia, about an hour outside of Atlanta. Lanz is accused of breaking into the home through a back window. Once inside, police say Lanz shot Justin and Amber at close range, leaving them dead in their living room and their son alive upstairs.
The Hicks were unaware. They were defenseless. They were executed. All while Jacob was asleep upstairs.
Lanz pleaded not guilty to charges of malice murder, and he waived his right to a jury, choosing instead to have a Cobb County judge decide his fate. Prosecutors say Lanz's phone was in airplane mode during the murders, but shell casings recovered at the scene were linked to a pistol that he owned. Before an arrest was made for the couple's murders, prosecutors say Lanz broke into another home nearly 25 miles away. Lanz allegedly stabbed one of the responding officers before he was shot and taken into custody. He faces separate charges in that case, including attempted murder of a police officer.
Matthew believes that he is set up either FBI, CIA, or some government agency.
According to court documents, Lanz has an older brother, Austin, who allegedly broke into the same home the Hicks later purchased. Austin took his own life in 2021 following an alleged attack on a Pentagon officer. Matthew Lanz faces up to life in prison without the possibility of parole if convicted.
Just a sad story all around. Let's go back in the courtroom now, and officers testifying in front of the judge. Let's go in.
Before we get started, any responding voice that we hear, is that Detective Donaldson's voice?
That is correct.
All right. So for the record, we are starting this 5 minutes and 48 seconds into this vehicle. The timestamp on the video is November 20th, 2021. I apologize. At 1:29 a.m.
Family doesn't even know I've been threatened and almost beat to death or whatever on the third intimidation. They don't know that I'm okay, I don't think. But I don't know, I'll let them know the phone. Never mind. Bruh, did you see how close that neck shot was to brainsteming? Bro, that shit probably should have just happened, on God. I'm just saying, bro, like, even though I know in my heart that justified observation, I still feel pain for knowing that there was a child in the baby's belly. Huh? I still feel terrible about knowing that there was a baby in that woman's body. Bro, is that true? Was she pregnant? Twins? I'm just saying, dude, like, was the lady pregnant? I don't know. I'm done.
Stopping that at 8 minutes and 50 seconds into the recording, the timestamp on the video being 1:32 and 44 seconds. Now, Detective Dwyer, do you recall whether you or Donaldson had any knowledge or intimate details of the Cobb County murders at that point in time?
At that point in time, I do not believe we did. I mean, we may have been aware Cobb County was at our police department, but I don't think we had any information on why or what it was related to at that point.
Now, I want to go back momentarily. During any point in time from the time that you spent with Mr. Lanz at the hospital, the time you spent with him transporting him to headquarters, getting him into Donaldson's vehicle at headquarters, getting him out of the vehicle at the Fulton County Jail, during any of that time period, did you have concerns that he was under the influence, drunk or high? Any indicators such as that?
I didn't have any concerns he was under the influence at that point. I mean, I assume at the hospital they gave him some type of pain medication, but he didn't seem under the influence to me.
Did you notice any sort of inability to walk or stand or falling asleep unexpectedly or anything along those lines?
No, I mean, he had followed instructions. He stood up. I mean, he walked into the jail on his own power. I mean, he didn't stumble. I saw no issues there.
Very good. And do you see Mr. Matthew Lanz in the courtroom today?
I do.
Can you please point him out for the court?
He's sitting at the defendant's table wearing a neon, I think, green jumpsuit with longer hair.
Let the record reflect that he's identified the defendant.
The record will so reflect.